Hello, everybody. It's me, Gregory, and welcome to the Dragon's Den, where we talk about all things current, funny, and informative. So I hope you guys enjoyed my last two. Hope you guys are enjoying my last two videos. I want to talk about something that is not necessarily alarming, but definitely it's kind of I guess odd in a way, considering the nature of the world we live in. So I wanted to just let you all know that I was just looking for something good, some good as an interesting to start developing with this new version of this second channel. And I came across something as an LGBTQIA plus member. Now that may have turned some of you off, but I don't give a because this is my channel. So I was reading where Canada of all places, not surprised that it's going on in the United States where I live, but I am surprised that a place like Canada had to do this. And what they did within the last 24 hours is basically um, issue a state of emergency. And I got this at Reuters.com, and I'll put the link in the description so you all can see that. Basically, as of August the 29th, 2023, and according to this was updated. What did they say? It was updated. Like, but, hold on. I'm trying to do this. They said it was updated about 4 hours ago or something like that. Um, so they said Canada is basically citing the risk of potential dangers, um, is advising LGBTQ travelers planning trips to the United States to check how they might be affected by recently passed laws in some states, Ottawa said on Tuesday. So the article basically goes on to say about the different demonstrations, the different anti-gay laws that are going on, mainly down in the South, in southern United States. So, being a LGBTQIA plus member myself, I find this extremely disturbing because you don't think that a place like Canada is one of the more calm, more I guess neutral places on the Western Hemisphere that we know about. I'm sure they have their issues. I'm sure, but for me, when I think of Canada, I don't think of somebody having to warn their citizens about traveling to the United States. And according to them, um, the biggest tourism spot for the Canadians is the United States. So I really don't understand how a country like Canada is really, in a state of. I guess I can understand, but when you think of Canada, you don't think of many places like telling folks not to go to America that they would be doing, because anything they would be telling people to visit, the people in the United States. But this just goes to show that how how things have turned in the United States in regards to how they treat the LGBTQIA plus community. Um, that Canada has to warn its citizens, not if those that are gay, if they're coming here, to be mindful, to be vigilant about you being gay in the United States of America. you probably would expect that, and now scratch that. In 2023, you should expect it anywhere, but not as probably much in the United States. Maybe in other countries who have Sharia laws and things like that. I'm not sure if Canada has adopted those. Some of those I'm not sure, but what I do know is it's a sad commentary to have a conversation about somebody not wanting or being warned to come to the United States because you might be killed because you're gay, because you're a lesbian, because you're queer, because you're trans, lesbian, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's gotten to that point where you have to wonder, where is all the backlash? Where is all the anti-gay laws? What is it all going back to? I have an opinion where it's going back to, and it's going back to a time where people who are gay, people who have a some type of difference about them is scorned from society, is discriminated against to be anywhere, and basically just seen as an outcast, you know what I'm saying, or an untouchable. And I just really felt like that's what it's coming to. That's exactly what it's coming to. I was watching I don't subscribe to a lot of the, and I'm not gonna even say it here. I don't subscribe to a lot of the, well, actually, I don't subscribe to any of the conservative type of right wing, ultra liberal, morally corrupt, right wing Republicans or conservatives, because that's what a lot of them are. Rarely do you find someone with a middle ground. And I guess they could say the same thing about Democrats and liberals, or whatever. But I'm discussing how this, how I see this, my perspective. And so I'm watching this little animated thing, and they're discussing, and it was disgusting, but they're discussing the caste system in an animation, as if that's going to make it better, if that's going to make it ease the pain of someone having to go and live, even now in 2023, within the caste system. So they were basically talking about there was 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 levels of the caste system, and the bottom level was the untouchables. I forgot the actual name for the group within that language, within that culture. But needless to say, it was about how they were being treated, and they were only supposed to be doing certain things, and nobody was supposed to be around them, and no matter what they would do in life, they would still be seen as an untouchable. And of course, the animation showed how they triumphed, and they became this and did that. So, and I had previously did some, schoolwork back in the day on the caste system. It was quite informative. So that's pretty much what was going on here. Slavery, post-civil rights, pre-civil rights, post-civil rights, and what have you. In some cases, still the case with zoning laws and involving real estate and, banking and things of that nature, even to today. So in America. So it really kind of just bothered me, because I feel like the more anti-gay laws that they're trying to, I guess, put into place, more so than they probably ever have, I feel like it's really kind of, putting us into that bracket of being an untouchable. They're creating laws to limit us, limit our existence, limit our freedom of mobility, limit how we do things, how we, who we love, how we live, where we can live, what we can do, what families we can have or not have. I think it's getting to a whole caste system here in this country in the United States. So when I saw that animation and then I read where Canada has issued a state of emergency for all their gay citizens traveling to the United States, I was like, this is crazy. Like, who issues a state of emergency about another country and uh, and letting they're letting a specific, I mean, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Who fucking does that? Who does that? That's so crazy to me. Same thing can be said about the NAACP, about how they issued a cultural warning that black people shouldn't go to Florida. Now, if you know anything about what's been going on in Florida and all that other stuff, then it's almost like, again, we're at this whole, are you fucking kidding me? That we are still doing this, here in the United States. And then when you hear Canada has issued a state of emergency as of today for all their gay citizens traveling to the United States, be mindful of where you are going. You never thought you'd ever see some shit like that before. Again, I got it at Reuters.com. So I'm going to post them and the Daily Beast because I saw the Daily Beast first. But as you read that article, there's a little notation that says Reuters.com has like a more lengthy article, a bigger picture of what the article is saying. So I'm gonna list both of those for those people that need to get clarity. And so for me, I'm like, I'm a gay black man, who is of a certain age. First of all, living in the South, I lived in Georgia for a few years, but I'm never going to live in the South again. Not that the North is any better. We know that's not the case with the recent happenings that have been going on within the state of Wisconsin in the Midwest. So you can take that how you want. It's everywhere. But let's just I'm gonna stay on topic. Canada, of all places, has issued a state of emergency for all their gay citizens. That when you go to America, you are to be mindful, cautious where you're going. Not the regular, you're going into a different country, be careful, their laws are different from ours. Don't be doing anything stupid. That's the norm. That's what you hear. That's what you expect. That's how you will probably behave, better in another country. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But in regards to being a state of emergency, I've never, Canada. I understand if there was the United States going to Africa. Because, they've instituted a lot of laws too. I would never go to Africa. I've been there, but I'll never go as an adult, like in 51 years old. And when I was in the military, I had no choice. That was just what it was. You know what I'm saying? You go to those places for training and, good relations and all that shit amongst the UN and all that shit, right? But going there, no. Not unless the aliens came and they were doing some bloodline thing where everybody whose bloodline matches this, you come back, or what I'm saying, they wiping your bloodline out, that would be different. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, maybe it would be a good thing. I don't know if the aliens, whatever, because clearly I believe in aliens and I always have, and we're gonna talk about that and at another time. I don't want to make this a conspiracy channel, but when you know, you know. So, but anyway, getting back to the topic. See, I told you I ran a lot. I'm still trying to figure out when a country like Canada, who is known to be peaceful, I mean, they got their issues, but typically you don't hear a lot of effery and buffoonery going on with Canada because it's just a different type of energy environment going on up there, right? Like I said, I don't live there locally, so there, who knows? It's probably hell in the handbasket. But from an international perspective, you don't hear a whole lot about what's going on in Canada. You just don't. But for a place like Canada to issue a warning to be mindful for gays, I, it's just like it's like wow, really? It's just like it's like Snow White issuing a warning to the elves. I mean, to the little people, um, to not go into the magical forest because things gonna happen to you. That's what it's like. It's like Snow White telling the little people, I don't know what technical. I think that's the technical term because YouTube is very, very delicate and sensitive. You think YouTube was a Pisces, but like me, but they're not. I don't know shit. They might be. They have to be careful going into the magical forest. That's what it's like a fairy tale, And I'm just like, really? Like Canada has to issue a warning like that about the United States. Don't get me wrong, the United States has this problem with homosexuality. Oh, absolutely. I'm living proof, thankfully. They have their issues with a lot of things, but you don't imagine Canada issuing warnings about the United States when it comes to gay folks. You just don't. Like, who would have imagined that? Who would have imagined that? You know what I'm saying? It's just, who would have imagined? You know what I'm saying? That's how you know we're going through some rough times. That's how you know things are just really they're really kind of just getting just horrible out here. And you don't know who's an ally, who doesn't. And for the gay community, we have really, really got to really start thinking about protecting ourselves. Okay, we have to really think about. I'm gonna use certain words because YouTube will try and block me, and I'm just getting started again, and I'm trying to make sure things have changed a bit on YouTube. But I'm really kind of, unless you a celebrity, then who knows? They probably let you get away with stuff. I don't know. But I just feel like there is a lot of things that the gay community are not aware of. And I think there needs to be like some kind of major conference, some type of all points bulletin to every person in the community that this is what's going on, but it's up to us to find out. But as far as protection and everything, protect yourself with knowledge. And everybody in the United States who's born and raised here, you have a right to, I believe, the right to exercise your Second Amendment, which is the right to, you can't, I don't know if you can say bear arms, but, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I didn't say the other words. But you have to protect yourself. We have the right to be here just like everybody else. We have the right to exist. And don't take your life for granted. You know what I'm saying? Live it to the fullest. Respect yourself. Respect others. Hopefully you're not hurting nobody else, and hopefully you're not hurting yourself. But it's getting so we can't even come outside, you know, from Ron DeSantis saying don't say the G word to all this other stuff that's going on, and it's just like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? And then the retaliation for that is saying, well, if you misgender somebody, then it's a felony. It shouldn't be anything. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to say this. You shouldn't be. You should be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should just be able to live and exist. Why? It's a tit for tat that is going nowhere. But unfortunately, sometimes you do have to play this game of, you know, the ball is in your court. What do you do next? What do I do next? Because unfortunately, until everybody is ready to put down the nonsense, stop all the rhetoric, and just let people live and just let people express themselves. Because the thing I've always wondered is this: if me being gay is not affecting the fabric of your life, that means from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. If it's not affecting how you eat, where you shop, where you go enjoy yourself, if it's not affecting you, your children, their education, what you want for them, religious or otherwise, if me existing does not play a role in any of that, I'm talking about at any possible moment, why are you worried about what's going on with me? Why are you worried? You are a whole family leader, whether it's one parent, two parents, whatever it is. You are a whole leader in your family, and you're worried about me, the single person over here just trying to wake up and thrive and be a contributing part of this world, trying to be the most decent human being I can be, not perfect, but just trying to be decent every day, every moment I can be. You worried about me. Me. You got a whole family to worry about. A whole family, but you worried about what I'm doing on the other side of town. Doing me, enjoying my life. Probably being more constructive within society, as in, you know, doing things than you are. You know? Because I'm going to tell you this. Being a parent don't make you a good person. It doesn't. Matter of fact, it's the biggest trial and test of your life to see if you're going to be a good person. That's what it really is. But I think when you harm somebody else as that leader of your family who's done nothing but try to live and exist and not hurt anybody, you set a bad example for what a real positive human being with a supposed good heart who happens to be a leader is supposed to be. That's pretty much what it is. You know, the whole topic, I can just go on and on and on, but I just want y'all to think about that. You know, I just really want y'all to think about that. You know, I'm like, what am I doing over in little old wherever I'm at, and you way on the other side of town or way on the other side of the country, you worried about me. You got a whole family to take care of. They count on you to do the right thing by them and by everybody who say you respect. You know, so it's just like, but again, for Canada to issue a warning like this about the United States for their citizens to be mindful, careful, and vigilant, it's a sad day. It's a really sad day. It's a really sad day for the United States, for the world, for just humanity, period. It's a sad fucking day. So that's about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And so hopefully, if I get anything else, we'll just keep doing these stories, quick little stories, nothing. I'm going to try to keep the, videos down, as much as I can. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. All right, so that's it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you for and share, and thank you for coming to the Lions Den. All right, bye bye.